In this lesson, I'm going to briefly introduce you to the software and show you where the major tools and features are located. So along the top edge here we have our main menus. Now these cover most of the tools and features in the software, so these allow you to access just about everything you need in the program. Here in the first row of tools we have things like open and save, print and cut, undo, etc. These will stay generally the same. However, these tools here in the second row, these will change depending on what you're doing here in the drawing area. So right now, because I have nothing selected, you can see I have all my page tools. So I can come here and change things like the page sizes. By clicking on these things here, I can change the orientation, I can go to some more advanced settings by clicking on this button, and I can change my default units, as you can see here, etc, etc. Now, over here on the left hand side we have our creation tools, things like text and curves and objects and things. So if I go into say text mode now, you can see that immediately all the text tools appear up here. So I can type in something like text, like so, and I can make it bold and italic, etc, etc, from these second row of tools, because these change because I currently am in text mode. Now if I come here and start creating a curve, for example, you can see I get these curve tools, and when I go to node edit mode and select on one of these nodes, I get all the node tools. Now you'll see these little blue arrows here. These are the hide and reveal tools. So when I click on one of these, you can see it reveals more tools. And same with that one there, and even in the first row I can reveal more tools up there. So they're very handy because they can pop away and reveal tools, so you don't have to have a cluttered workspace. And for example, if I create a square, you can see I get all these square tools, or all these tools about the shape. If I click on the hide reveal tool here, I get more tools about this particular shape. So for example, if I bring out a circle, you can see I get all the circle tools. If I click on the square, I get all the square tools. So these second row of tools are changing all the time depending on what I've got selected in the drawing area. Over here on the left hand side I've got other things like creating dimensions and guides, etc. So that's where those tools are located. Another powerful tool in the software is the Design Center. So when I click this button here and it pops this out here, you can see I have the Object Manager, which shows me what's in my current drawing area, and I can select on those things like so. But I also get this very powerful Property Inspector. So if I click on say this square, for example, and we'll just look at our properties, and we can change things like the border thickness, as you can see there, or I can change the corner style to round, or the corner radius. So if I make that say half an inch, you can see it immediately changes. The great thing about this is if I had say 50 squares selected, I could change all their corner radiuses just in one change here in the Property Inspector. So that's how that works. And the other thing about this Design Center is you get access to things like the color and fill tools, size and scale, align, space, distribute, etc, etc. So when I click on one of these things, you can see I get all the tools relevant to size and position with this object that's been selected. Now if I go to text and click on the drop down here and go to text tools, you can see I get all these text tools. When I'm in this and I've got text selected, I can actually change things here using the Design Center. The Design Center is a great way of accessing tools that you're using all the time. So if I'm doing some designs that are using a lot of text, I'd tend to have my text tools open here. If I were doing designs that had a lot of, say, for example, alignment, I might go to my align tools like so, and I can use my align, space and distribute tools. So that's a good thing about the Design Center. And you can also pop that away when you don't want to use it by just simply clicking that button there. Another powerful tool is the page thumbnail viewer. So for example, if I come down here to the page tools and I say add an additional page, you can see I have another page here. So page 1 and page 2. And if I come in and say draw something, you can see it immediately updates in the page thumbnail. And even if I change that shape there, it changes there. And I come here and as I change, you can see it automatically updates. So that's my page thumbnail viewer. If I click on this tab here, you can see I've got my object selector, and this is like a visual object selector, so I can select things visually. So there's some great tools and features there. I can pop those away when I don't need them. I have all my color tools here, so if I want to make the circle say red, for example, and this square here blue, I simply just click on the colors that I want and it immediately applies that. If I want to put a pen style on that, I simply right click and I might pop this tool out, go to my pen style here, and I can actually change my pen thickness. So that's a great way of doing that there. I can pop that back away. Another thing that you can do is actually change your color chart. So if I click on this color pop out, you can see here I've got this color chart. I can come in here and I can select other color charts and click accept, and you can see it changes that particular color chart. When I don't want those, I can just pop those away like so. So that's where those color tools are located. Now down below here I have the heads up display, so I can turn the page on and off, the grid on and off, etc. And I can access the program's main settings here, which allow me to adjust things like your units, etc. Now any changes I make in here, they apply to the entire program. You can use these tools to set the program to your particular taste. Just one last thing I'll show you is how to open up your recent documents. So if you click on this drop down here, you can see a great big thumbnail preview of all your recent work. And you can simply just click on one of those and it loads it into the drawing areas you can see there for you to work on or continue to work on. When you do that, you'll see these tabs come up. So I can actually swap between my documents by clicking on these tabs up here. And if I want to create a new document, I simply just click on this button here and it creates a new document. And as I've already shown you, you can create new pages down here by clicking this plus button, and that adds new pages. Okay, so that's where the major tools and features of the software are located, just to give you an idea of where they are. And obviously you can watch the other lessons for more detailed information. Thanks for watching.